Good morning. And what another beautiful morning it is. Coming to you live from my backyard. I don't know if I should be out at Pikes Peak or not. Nah, I'm good. I've been getting so much yard work, cutting down trees, moving trees. I've been getting so much of that done that I'm getting enough cardio for the day. So, not too worried about that. Do that more to get out to Pikes Peak more to do, sounded like gunshots. It's kind of funny how you hear gunshots around here and, people are hunting. Gunshots in the city wouldn't be such a great idea. But yeah, I like doing this right in the backyard. We cleaned up a little bit, making everything look nice. And then in the backyard here, you can see I've been getting rid of some of those dead trees. One of them actually blew over and just missed the pool. But the pool's got to get done. I got to get that thing cleaned up from the season, and so we can have some pool parties. We can hang out, have some good food and some good company. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. Good morning. I hope your morning is amazing. It's going to be a great day. What are you going to do today? Get some work done? Then what? You going to play? You going to relax? I got all of the above on the agenda today. Today I want to talk about the four types of fitness. But before I do that, I want to explain the difference between fitness and health. There's a bit of a difference. When we're talking about health, depending on, if you want to talk about a general sense of health, there's mental health and physical health and emotional health, and all of those things we've covered, except for the fitness. We're getting into that now. But health is just a general state of being. How is your health? And health talks a lot about or insinuates being free of disease, right? Longevity. If you're considered a healthy person, you tend to live longer, and who doesn't enjoy life? I mean, there's moments where we don't enjoy life, right? But we've gone over those scenarios and videos before, coming out of those different seasons that life brings our way and how to handle them, and emotionally and mentally. But today we're going to talk about health in your physical body. And we talk about food, but today about fitness and exercise specifically. But health can mean lower stress, the quality of the life you live. Just because you have a long life doesn't mean that the quality is necessarily good. So evaluating all those things in your life relating to health. Oh man, gonna get some ADD distractions. All the birds and the wildlife out here. So that's what health is. Fitness is more of enhancing performance, improving flexibility, toning up, improving your appearance. That's all related to fitness. And being physically active has a lot of benefits to it. All of the things I just stated, but it improves mental health for sure. And that was one of the reasons that I started this live and I would go out to Pikes Peak, is because I knew that to improve my mental health, I needed to be more physically active. And I got to a place where I wasn't being as active, because you know how it goes. Maybe you don't. But if you deal with depression at all, which I haven't really dealt with depression much of my life, but I've had situational depression where something came up, like my divorce, 10 years ago now, and 8 years ago. I don't know. That's not a date I really like to keep track of, but that was a situational depression. And one of the things that you don't want to do during depressive episodes is anything at all. It's hard enough to even function. So I go through those videos very early on at the start of this channel, on my YouTube channel. And so starting that physical activity was starting the snowball effect of getting things moving and going. Excuse me. I was tired of feeling those feelings. So in order to get out of that emotional state, remember the emotional triad, the triangle, emotions in the middle, your talk, your thoughts, and your motion. So I wanted to start the movement process. I wanted to get moving. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to change my emotional state. So I changed the way I talked. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about the positive things in life, the way to get going. And then also in the back of my head, all of the thoughts. I can't wait to see you guys on live. I can't wait to give you good information. I can't wait to get your feedback on how things are for you. Those all changed my emotional state. But it started with a few things, and one of them being fitness, being exercise. So it definitely improves not only brain health chemically and physically, but also mentally improves brain health as well. Helps you manage weight, of course, reduces risks of disease, and strengthens bones, muscles, all the things that we need. Maybe not as a younger person, but if you're middle age like me, you're starting to feel things change. And so a lot of these 4 types that I'm going to talk about, the earlier you get started, the better off you're going to be in the long run. But remember, nothing's ever too late. It's never too late until it is. Yeah, that's great, right? Real depth there. But truthfully, the sooner you can get started with exercise and fitness, the better you're going to be in the long run. And so these 4 types I'll get into. We'll talk about the first one being endurance. Endurance is what you would hear for aerobic exercise. And aerobic is just a medical term or a Greek term meaning with oxygen. And so you can think of aerobic exercise as a lot of movement, a lot of faster paced breathing. So you can think of, when I think of aerobics, I think of the great 80s, where that was such a popular thing for people to get together and go dance to music and do different movements. I remember my sisters, but my one sister was into it so much. Richard Simmons. Come on, ladies. I don't know what that guy was all about, but he sure was entertaining. But some of you might remember Richard Simmons, but he was part of bringing aerobic popularity to the main market. I got sick a couple days ago, and I could feel it coming on. And I think I shared this with you in a live, but you can hear, maybe you can't hear him, a little bit nasally. But it was very quick. And the way that I, this is a ADD moment or a side moment here, but the way that I battle sickness is a lot of vitamin C. I've been doing just shots of lemon juice. Vitamin C, and then I got these immunity gummies, which are really good for zinc and echinacea. Both very good products. And vitamin D also can be very helpful, taken with calcium for absorption, for combating sickness. But it's been very mild, very mild. In fact, I only had, I think it was just one evening that I kind of felt very lethargic and tired, and slept in the morning. I felt better, but definitely can combat that quicker with certain kinds of drugs, certain kinds of minerals and supplements. But also being physically fit helps a lot too. Remember, your immune system works alongside of your hormones. And so having all of those proper hormones in your body by having proper weight regulation and proper nutrition will help you get through that a lot quicker. So, little side note there. But endurance, aerobic exercise, what else? It improves or helps with heart, cardiovascular, circulatory, all of your vessels, helps move blood and nutrients through your system, strengthens that circulatory system and that heart muscle. Remember, the heart is a muscle. It's a different kind of a muscle called cardiac muscle. So it works a little bit different than your bone muscle or your skeletal muscles. Also works different than your intestines, which are smooth muscle, involuntary. That's for a different video. So cardiovascular, heart health, helps with lungs, helps with breathing, and it helps with endurance. So if you find yourself tuckered out or tired or out of breath, doing aerobic type exercises or exercises that use oxygen will definitely make a difference in the way that you breathe and the way that your cardiac health definitely can stave away different types of diseases cardiovascular wise. What does aerobic exercise look like? Looks like Richard Simmons. It also looks like dancing. It looks like jogging. It looks like brisk walking. Looks like rowing. My buddy has a rowing machine. He absolutely loves it. He doesn't have to leave the comfort of his own home. He can turn on his iPad or turn on his TV and just row till his heart's content. And he's winning a lot of virtual races. What else? Yard work. I've been doing a lot of yard work lately, getting these trees down and getting the yard raked up from a lot of those leaves that I didn't clean up through the fall. A lot of cardio workout. Hiking, biking. We got a couple of bikes we haven't used, I don't think, ever. We got those thinking that we were going to do a lot of biking, so maybe we'll get those out. But it's fun to, mix in what you enjoy doing with exercise. So if you like going out to Pikes Peak, you like having scenery, you like getting up in the morning and watching the sunrise or the sunset. My brother-in-law and my nephews and my son, we've been playing disc golf a lot lately. Great cardio, great aerobic exercise. And not only that, but we're getting the scenery, we're getting all of the relationships, we're getting the social hour. It's a lot of fun. And so we're improving our health all the way around. Endurance is one type of fitness. Another type of fitness is strength. Strength can be known as anaerobic, and anaerobic is the medical term or the Greek word for without oxygen. And it doesn't mean you're not using oxygen, it just means you're not having to huff and puff necessarily. It's more strength training. So strength training can look like bands, using resistance bands or resistance. I have a Bowflex, and so it's using the resistance of these weighted metallic bars or plastics. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but it goes up into very high weight, and I can cover all of those. And by the way, I want to do that tonight for my live. Lately I've been doing some cooking, the last 2 lives in the evening, and another, by the way, it looks like the poll results came in as people wanting to do 6:30 in the evening. So I've switched to 6:30. I kept the poll open just to make sure in case it changes over time. So take a look at that poll on my podcast page. And if 6:30 is not the time that you want to vote for, go ahead and vote for it, because I'm willing to change it to whatever works for folks. I want my schedule to be conducive to you. So tonight, instead of the cooking, I think that I am going to go to working out. I think I want to show a couple of exercises. I think I want to maybe show some of these other types that I'm about to talk about. But I may even put a poll up to kind of see, or I might just go through everything in the next couple of days so that we can kind of see what a workout looks like with all of those types. And then And then we even want to talk about what happens when you have injuries or when you're a little bit older, how to stave away injuries and things that can cause problems. Physical therapy kind of a type situation. So that's strength training, aerobic. That's going to help with bone, muscle, overall conditioning of your body, making it stronger and better. What else? That can also look like, it doesn't always have to be resistance training. It can also be carrying your groceries. You walk through, you get that cardiovascular exercise, walking through the grocery store, and then you have to carry all your groceries. Now you're adding resistance. Now you're adding without oxygen. So you've got that strength training. Calisthenics is one of them. That kind of fits in between both of them, actually, because calisthenics can be more of an aerobic. It just depends on, how fast and hard you do them. I don't know what just happened there. I think I just pushed my power button on accident. I think I'm still in. Yeah, it looks good. And then the third group falls into the category of balance. Balance is not as important as a younger person, but as you get older, balance can be really key. Some folks deal with vertigo where their body gets out of position a little bit. You turn your head to the side or one, and you might get a little bit dizzy, or from laying down to standing, you might get a little bit dizzy. Could be from vertigo, could be from blood pressure related issues, could be a lot of things. So balance is important, a little bit more middle age to later years in life. If you've ever gone from a sitting to a standing position and you felt a little wobbly or you bumped into something. So practicing balance not only helps with strength, because, if you're balancing on one foot or you're, going from a sit to stand position, but it can help with a lot of things. Can help with, I don't want to say blood pressure, but it really will help you in later years, especially when we're talking about, falls later in life. But balance overall is a good exercise to be doing to keep yourself in alignment. And then the last one is, I wanted to cover, there were some different things that I read about for balancing Tai Chi. Tai Chi is considered, almost dropped my phone. Tai Chi is considered a walking meditation. And so if you don't meditate, I really don't either. I've tried it before. I think it's very beneficial, very helpful. But Tai Chi would be kind of fun, I think. I think it'd be fun to have a class on Tai Chi. It really helps you relax kind of mentally, take control of your emotions, but also you get the balance and the strength and different things from that. Heel to toe exercises, if you ever seen the DUI exercises, I practiced that a few times after a few heavy drinks. Can you walk a straight line? But truthfully, that will help with balance. And for years, I had my own construction company, and before that, my dad had his company, so I grew up with it, and we did a lot of roofing, so our balance was impeccable. Being able to walk on the ridge of a roof, of a very steep roof, and follow the line. Excuse me. So, balance exercise, very helpful. I know what I forgot to cover. For balance is also very good for the core. Core exercises to kind of help with your balance too. And core exercises are kind of interesting. It's almost as if you were going to try to flex your abs or pull your belly button in towards your spine. When you do that, you're flexing your core muscles, and core muscles can help a lot with back pain, with balance issues, can help with a variety of things. So core exercises, all those core muscles inside the abdominal wall. I believe there's 4 layers, if I remember correctly, to the abdomen. There's a lot of depth to those muscles. So whenever you hear of somebody having hernia surgery or abdominal surgery, it's kind of a big recovery because there's a lot of muscle layers to go through. So those are your core muscles when they wrap around your back. And then the last of the 4 types of exercises is flexibility. And flexibility, if you've noticed, bending over and trying to tie your shoes, or feel an increase in pain in your back. I know for a while there I was having some low back pain from years of roofing, but I noticed as I was getting older it was increasing. And so what is it? Is it the bed? Is it, so I stretch out a little bit. I've got a foam roller that I use to massage out my back a little bit. Muscles get tense and they tighten up. They don't necessarily cramp, but your muscles are elongated. And when when your muscles aren't getting used, or there's some trauma to them, or there is inactivity, the muscle is still this long, but what it does is it contracts. So have you ever heard somebody say, oh, you got a knot in your back, or you got a knot in your shoulder, and they try to massage it out and it's really painful? It's because that muscle's contracted and it stays in a contracted position. And so it creates that point up here up top. And so you push and massage it out and it strengthens that muscle again. So flexibility helps with that kind of stuff. It also prevents injury to your body and injury to your muscles. So if you think about the health of your muscles, you're lengthening those muscles and stretching them and creating blood flow to them. And so you're in essence, you're taking care of the muscles of your body, the things that carry you from point A to point B, all of that type of stuff. So, but yeah, flexibility will definitely help you decrease the pain and also stave away injury from future exercise. So that is the 4 types of exercise. And that about covers it for this morning. I'm excited for the day today. Every day I wake up, no matter how I feel, I get excited about the day, right? I mentally train myself. Got stuff to do. Gonna feel good about getting stuff done. Make a little bit of a list, little by little, and definitely helps each day be productive and to feel good. So exercising, eating healthy, mental health, all good stuff. So tomorrow we'll talk more about fitness and exercise. And tonight I'll put up for my live event. Tonight the plan will be either to make another meal or to go down in the exercise room and go over some exercises and go over these 4 types in person. And so I'm leaning more towards doing that. If I get any response from anybody about making another meal, if that was something more you want to learn more about or you want to see again or brush over, I would definitely do that. So I'll pay attention to the chat and comment if that's something that you would rather see over exercises, but also be thinking about yourself. And if there's something that you feel like would work better for you when talking about exercises, reach out to me. Let me know, because I can leave your name out of it, but when I go live, I can show you exercises if you've requested it. And you can also ask me some medical questions too if you're curious. Hey, I had surgery on my knee, or I had abdominal surgery, or I've got bad hips, or my back is real bad. We can go over exercises kind of like physical therapy would, to talk about what exercises may be beneficial for that and what exercises maybe want to stay away from that could exacerbate that pain or that issue that you have. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you tonight. So far, the consensus is 6:30, so I will be going live at 6:30 tonight on the podcast. If you guys are enjoying this, I appreciate you as always. Think about sharing this with somebody that it might be beneficial to, and invite them into the podcast and also to my YouTube channel as well. So, as always, I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.